Let's now go and talk to Congressman Randy Hultgren. He represents the 14th District of Illinois. Congressman Hultgren has committed himself to working for fiscal sanity, real healthcare reform, and pro-growth policies that will put Americans back to work. In the current 114th Congress, he serves as the Financial Services and Science, Space, and Technology Committees. Congressman Hultgren is credentialed in FINRA, Series 7, Series 6, and 63. He was previously the Vice President at Performance Trust Advisors in Chicago. Congressman Hultgren, welcome to Market Wrap.
Thanks, Mo. Great to be with you.
Let's start. You recently launched the Municipal Finance Caucus in Washington. What is that? Could you tell us about that?
Sure. Well, caucuses are an important part of Congress where we can focus on specific issues, bringing members of Congress together from different parties, different committees, all focused on an issue that we share where we want to understand more, but also to be able to advocate for good policy. And so there's dozens and dozens of caucuses in Congress, but we've just started up the Municipal Finance Caucus. I've been in Congress now for 5 years. I've worked really championing how valuable municipal finance and the investment in local projects is. I had the privilege of serving before coming to Congress, served in our state legislature in Illinois, and before that served on the DuPage County Board. Serving on local, state, and federal levels of government, I'm more convinced than ever that the best, most accountable government is local. It's closest to the people, and there's greater accountability and transparency with projects that are done. So municipal finance really is a wonderful way, municipal bonding, to make sure that the right projects get done at the right price, that there's tax incentive to be doing these local projects locally. And as we do it that way, again, people in the community can watch and make sure that right projects are getting done, that we're not doing bridges to nowhere, that we're doing things that really need to happen. So it's so important for the communities, municipalities, counties to be able to do this, but it's also very important for our markets, as you know so well, that with the advice that you've given and for so many years, that at certain times there's good options in fixed income for people who are retired, who just need to be able to have returns that can keep up with inflation.
And they're protected from taxes. That's one of the big things that everybody is talking about. Why are muni bonds tax exemption being targeted right now?
Well, any place where you can find a large amount of money that could potentially be targeted. Mm-hmm. So I think there's some misinformation about municipal bonds and municipal finance. There's certain entities, sometimes in the administration, sometimes in some of our taxing committees in Congress, that see this, that it's only very wealthy people who benefit from this. It's just not true. As you dig into it, oftentimes it's people with relatively smaller dollar amounts that they can invest, but need predictable returns, who understand the community and understand the project.
And the benefits to the community are tremendous. Right. What would it mean for infrastructure projects if there was a cap on the muni bond tax exemption? Would it hurt jobs? Would it hurt companies from creating these jobs?
I believe it would. I think it could be devastating that some of these projects really, the reason they're getting done is because they're cost effective, that it's a good time to do some of these projects, but also if a municipality can get the bonding authority to be able to do these projects, and the reason they can do it in a cost-affordable way is because these are tax-exempt bonds. Without this, many of these projects wouldn't be done. Projects like schools, like sewer systems, like new roads, like hospitals, other projects that are done in communities, libraries, things that absolutely add to the quality of life of the people that live in those communities, get done because of municipal finance, but also provide the other benefit of having a secure place for people to invest, predictable returns, a liquid marketplace for these to be traded, and a true understanding, again, of physical benefit from that investment, which is always good. I mean, that's really what you're looking for in value when you invest in something, is it a worthwhile investment? And with these municipal projects, the proof is there, because if people locally are doing things that shouldn't be done, they're not going to be in office for long. So there's great accountability there, and it's something that has worked. And the other benefit I see, and another reason why I'm supportive of this, is it really brings us together in Congress, there's very few things that we can agree on. But this is something that we've been able to bring Republicans and Democrats together. We've done letters. I've been the lead Republican the last couple of Congresses, working with a good friend of mine, Democrat from Maryland, Dutch Ruppersberger, who served in county government. But we've done a letter to the Ways and Means Committee, the tax committee here in Congress, and to our leadership. And we've had about 140 members sign these letters of saying how important this current tax treatment is.
Congressman, let's talk a little bit about, you had a project where you, in your particular district, that it created jobs. That's, I think, what so many people right now in America are so concerned about, are jobs. And how do these bonds create jobs?
Well, it's really multiple-fold effects of job creation. What it does is it allows projects to get moving. Oftentimes when we have difficult economies, when we see in our state in Illinois, our state government is struggling. There's a deadlock right now and no budget that has been in place. And there's a problem of even getting money flowing that belongs to municipalities flowing through the state back to the municipalities. And so with municipal finance, with municipal bonds, it allows local communities to do important projects like local schools. We've done some flooding remediation projects in my district to be able to get storm sewers replaced that were 100 years old or more and crumbling. And so you get the jobs of actually the work that's being done on that. But the other thing we see over and over again is when we do proper infrastructure improvement projects in local communities, private sector also begins to invest in their own in improving their buildings, hiring more people. When we see a new school or a new hospital or something come in, we also see businesses, private sector business investment come alongside of that. Same thing happens when we invest in new roads, roads that need to be improved and expanded. As we do that, we see the private sector step up. And so not only are you getting the jobs created by this project that's being done, you're also getting private sector expansion happening around these projects.
So it has a ripple effect throughout the economy.
Does. It's a win-win-win, and as I was saying before the break, it does bring Republicans and Democrats together in Congress. We had 140 signers on a letter to our leadership saying how important this is. Almost exactly split, 70 Republicans, 70 Democrats. That doesn't happen very often. The other thing that a lot of people don't recognize is this has worked for over 100 years. This has been a part of our tax code of encouraging these type of projects. Again, the accountability is there. We're not doing wasteful projects because everything is right in our backyard. We can see, is this an important project that needs to be done? So you've got great accountability, transparency, a good value in the project that's getting done, but then you also benefit marketplaces where you have another very liquid, predictable investment tool for people to be able to turn to.
Congressman, there was a small, we've got only about 90 seconds left or so, but there was a small election yesterday in Illinois, which some people were very, very interested in. What were your views of what happened to the Republicans and what is going on with the Republican Party? I have to ask that question right now. With the nomination, are you supporting somebody? What are your views?
Every day I'm surprised. It's not what I've expected. I did not expect Donald Trump to be leading in these states, but he's tapping into something, a real frustration that people are feeling that their government isn't listening to them and working for them. And so it's all of us who have the privilege of serving need to remind ourselves and every day be working to make sure we're listening to our constituents and fighting for them. I think also with Governor Kasich's win in Ohio, he's been a strong job creator in Ohio, and it was a resounding victory for him there. So we'll see. Now with the field narrowing, with Marco Rubio leaving, we're going to see where his supporters go. I think it ultimately likely will be a decision between Donald Trump and Ted Cruz. And we'll see if anybody can get to the 1,237 delegates. I'm not sure if that can happen or if we're going to...
What if that does not happen, Congressman?
Well, then we'll go to Cleveland. We've got our convention in Cleveland. It's something that hasn't happened for many, many years, but we'll have a first vote. If no one still there can get to the 1,237, then we'll talk about a brokered convention to see if some sort of agreement can be put together. But there's still a lot of votes ahead of us, and we'll see if someone can really... If Trump continues to have the momentum or if somebody else can catch up to him, or if it splits and we go to the convention. It's no matter what, that we're going to have political science books written about this election. I can guarantee it.
Congressman, I have to say that was said very diplomatically and very well balanced. That's the way I would put that. I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule, sharing your thoughts with us, and sharing this important work that you're doing in Congress. Thank you again for being with us today on Market Wrap.
Thanks, Mo.
That's Congressman Randy Hultgren. Stay tuned. I'm going to take a short break, and I will be right back.